I got monetized on YouTube. This is going to be everything I've learned thus far in my 2 years of doing YouTube. The channel doesn't reflect it because I had the channel for a very long time and I was doing other things on the channel before it got wiped and wiped and wiped. Point is, this is everything I've learned. I don't want to have any edits in this video. I don't want to have any cuts. I don't want to have anything. I just want it to be 100% raw and authentic, so you get whatever information I've learned from a 2-year time span of learning until now. So, to learn about everything, I got to tell you a little bit of history of the channel. First, it was AI content. Didn't work that well. So what we did was did a little bit of voiceover. It created more authenticity, which generated more views. Then after that point, we got a little bit of subscribers. I would say 500. I started up a podcast, wiped all the AI. Podcast continued for around a year-ish. Not even a year, like, yeah, a year, roughly a year. Everybody quit, so I continued to do stuff on my own. Didn't really end up working out. Started live streaming after wiping all the content. After I live streamed, I got monetization from there. I will speak about that in a moment. Do not forget that point. I got monetization through live streaming, and here we are today. Now, there are 3 different ways you can get monetized. And it is, first, a lot of people know this, short feeds. You can get monetized if you get 10 million short views in a 90-day period and keep them. That means if you're doing quick math, if you're doing one short every day for 90 days, I'm pretty sure that's 111,000 short views. Let me double check that really quick. 10 million divided by 90 is 111 million. Thousand, my fault. Point is, that is a very difficult concept to do because you have to not only make 111,000 if you're posting one a day, you have to keep it afterward. So you consistently need to pump out quality content or content that people just want to watch. There's a difference between quality and people want to watch and just something that is just brain rot that people still will watch. All right, back into the next thing. The next way of monetization is through 4,000 watch hours on long form videos. Now that branches off into 2 different sectors. Long form videos on live streams and long form videos on videos of the home channel of the page and the way everybody clicks on the channel. You'll see it. With that, let me talk about the 4,000 watch hours. Basically, if you get a video that gets like 40,000 views, that basically means that you got your watch hours. If I'm not mistaken, I think I might be mistaken. You need 4,000 watch hours. That's the general point of it. I might be mistaken on that. But you need 4,000 watch hours to get monetized. It is a little bit better to get monetized through long form videos rather than live streams and, in my personal opinion, shorts as well. I got monetized through live streams. Now, what does that mean? I go live, I get watch time through live streams, and that equates to the 4,000 as well. Now, does that mean anything in the long run? I think it's great. It's a great way to get subscribers. It's a great way to get monetized so you can at least focus on the long form videos. But the money aspect, which is obviously the most important thing, which is why you guys came here. For money, I think with ad revenue, I got monetized December, I believe 12th. I got the first round of monetization, which is donations, on, I think, November. The December 12th is when I got full monetization, meaning the 4,000 watch hours and not the 3,000. The 4,000 watch hours, I believe with ad revenue, I've only earned around 50 to maybe even less than that. Maybe around $40 on ad revenue. With shorts, you get around 20 cents to, if on the crazy high end, 76 cents or 70 cents. That's insane high end. Mine average around 15 to 27, 28, 30. Sometimes I could get a crazy one, but that usually doesn't happen. My quality of shorts are very low because I'm focusing all my time on 1, the quality of long form videos, and 2, the long form videos themselves, coming up with new stuff. So it's very difficult for me. So the quality of shorts are not top tier. Now, there's something that you guys need to know. It's called RPM. That's how much money you're going to be able to get per 1,000 views. For shorts, as I've said, it's a little bit on the lower end. My niche is entertainment. So I'm getting between $1 to $10 on average for 1,000 views. So if I'm getting, let's say, a $10 RPM, $10 per 1,000 views, you know, it can equate to a decent amount if done correctly. Now, if you go and get monetized through lives, I'm not going to say it's not going to work well, because there are still donations, there are still memberships. I only have donations active. I had ad revenue active, shorts ad revenue active, and I don't have merch yet. I don't want to do it. This is one thing that I'm very hesitant on with everything on the channel. I have gotten to the point where if I am not like at least 80% happy with what I am doing, I don't want to put it out there. So if the merch is not the quality I want, the quality, like the actual clothing quality, if it's not the quality I want, I don't want to put it out there. If it isn't the quantity I want, I'm not putting it out there. If it's not the design I want, I'm not putting it out there. That's why I said I'm most likely going to drop merch around 5,000 subscribers, because at that point it'll give me, 1, enough time to do it properly, 2, I won't mess up on the launch, and 3, I can make it limited edition stuff. So it'll generate hype. Now, on to the next thing. That's what I have active. Only $50 to $60, maybe even $40 on how much I got for advertisement between December to February. Right now it is February 26th. The reason on why I have gotten any money is due to donations. So if you are a live streamer like what I am doing right now, the main source of your money will come from donations if done properly. I don't really like asking for money. That's one major thing. I just don't do it. I don't like doing it. If people want to send me money, I take that money and I put it directly back into the channel. As you guys can see, everything up here has been bought with viewer money and my own money. So the camera, 100% bought with my own money. I'm in the hole. I think I've spent around $4,500, $4,700. So I've spent a lot. I think, and to only make, I think I've made $400 or $500 in total, and that's accounting for donations. Thank you to everybody who donated. Special shout out to you guys. You guys are real ones for that. And the ad revenue, which is like 40, 50, so like 400 in total. I can't even pay off the camera or any of the stuff on the wall with that amount. So technically I am still in the hole. I am making profit because I am monetized, but at the same time, it is taking a lot longer to get to break even at the bare minimum. Okay, now here are the main things that I have learned for videos. If you want a video to pop off and go viral, I believe that there are many different ways to do it. The main way is having a click-through rate of 5% on the minimum, a CTR. Basically, a click-through rate is, you see a thumbnail that pops up on your YouTube home feed. If you click on that, you increase the click-through rate of whoever posted that video. So that's usually how it works. And the retention. That's a secondary thing. That's the most important. If you have a retention graph and you have 75% retention at the 30-second mark, you are most likely going to have a really good video if you could keep the retention and it only drops off around 15% by the end of the video. That is my goal. I am nowhere near either one of those. I think my click-through rate on a thumbnail is around 3.3%, and my retention graph is around 30s, 40s%. So it's not really that good. The only time a video will do well when it doesn't have either one of those is with a crazy concept of a video and a crazy title. So I'll give you an example. The Joe Rogan video I did, saying Joe Rogan 100,000 times. That's insane. The concept of the video, insane. The time duration it took to do the video, insane. The title of the video, insane. even if the click-through rate on the thumbnail isn't good, it's most likely going to get pushed to a lot of people because the concept of the video is so crazy that somebody has to come in and click on it, even if it's 5 seconds. Now, I will say that the click-through rate on that video was around like 4%-ish. So it was a little bit on the higher side than usual. So that also played into it. I feel like if I made a click-through rate of around 7 or 6%, it probably would have done an insanely different growth rate than 800 views. That's also another thing. None of my videos have hit 1,000 views. So, you know, the future me, hopefully, you know, you fix that. So, those are 2 things I am working on and trying to implement and continue to grow with. The money we already spoke about with monetization, what I have active, what I would like to do in the future, which are memberships, which are also the merch. I would like to do both of those. And that's probably going to take a little bit of time before I can get to them. Now, the 2 main things that I am focusing on now that are controllables, because I don't know what works well with click-through rate. That's a thumbnail. I don't know what works well with it. All I do is I look for ideas on YouTube, and from that, sorry guys, I don't know if that was loud, I apologize. I don't know if from that, my idea, my other concept is going to do as well or even close to however their video did. So that's not really a controllable. All I can do is do the best I can and hope that it did a good amount on close to where my target is, around 5%. So the retention, that is something we are going to talk about a little bit more. So there are 2 things that I am attempting to do, and I did it on the last video. If you guys go and watch the Cooking with Rafiki, Cooking with Relentless, you'll see it. The beginning 30 seconds of that video, I have taken the craziest parts of the video and put it all the way in the front. I tried that method. Didn't really work out that well. I don't know if it's because the script wasn't good. There was no script. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. I don't know if there was the story of the video. That's the way I should say it. The story of the video, maybe that's what wasn't good and that's what caused people to click off and drop off. But I believe it was genuinely because there was no script. There was no reason for people to stay all the way through. Like, it's not a super entertaining thing. The edits were good. The video was good. The effects were good. The quality was good. The only main issue that I think that was lacking there was the story. There was just no story. And I think that is by far the most important thing out of everything that I've learned. The story. If you don't have a story, why are you making a video? In my opinion, I could be wrong. Obviously, I could be wrong on a lot of this stuff, but this is what I've learned. Every video I've made, I've learned one new thing. Every video. I think I've made around 2,000 to 3,000 videos. I've taken a lot of them down. Obviously, the podcast doesn't exist. The AI stuff doesn't exist. But like, I've made maybe 2,000 to 3,000 videos, and I've watched maybe 3,000 to 4,000 videos on what to improve within YouTube. Back into it. So the first 30 seconds, I tried to put the craziest points in the front. Didn't really work out too well. I also tried to do captions because not a lot of people can, how do I say it? Not a lot of people really get captivated within the first 30 seconds. So any little minor thing that you can do to add into capturing their attention, it will help, I believe. So that's why I tried these 2 things on the first 30 seconds. It worked. It didn't do well because the video, I'll tell you guys right now, I'm pretty sure the video is only around like 85 views, which is like garbage. Thank you to everybody who watched that video. It's at 84 views. Thank you to everybody who watched that video. I put in a lot of time and effort into that video, but still, that doesn't solve what the problem is. The underlying problem is the retention, click-through, and the script. I think the script is so much more important because you have to come up with a thumbnail and title and a thumbnail, a title, and a script before you even record. That is the newest thing that I am implementing. I am not recording anymore, aside from this video and maybe one or two more like this video. I am not recording any video from this point forward without a thumbnail, a title, and a script. Like, all of that needs to be planned out before the video even happens, or even like I think about doing the video. Like, I'll give you an example. The fire breathing video. I already have a script. I already have a potential thumbnail. I can't do it because I need the actual fire breathing to happen in order for me to take the photo for that video, for the thumbnail. But as we're saying, there's a lot of moving parts, but those are the main ones that I am doing now prepping for the video to be done. One new thing that I've started to do as well is I have started taking thumbnail photos. Thumbnail photos are higher quality when it's an actual image rather than a still image from a video. A still image from a video is always going to be on the lower end quality rather than a video, rather than a picture from a camera or from a phone. It will always be on the lower end quality if you take it from the video. So that is one main thing that I've also started doing from this point forward as well. So now that we're wrapping up, I still don't know my target demographic because my audience range is from all over the place. It's from 14, 15 to 57. The percentages are all over the place. A lot of them are between 18 to 24 and 25 to 35, I believe. So it's really all over the place. But that's the main target demographic that I currently have. I don't know if that's what's going to stay with the channel. It most likely will because of the challenges I do, the crazy stuff I do. It's most likely what's going to end up staying. But I have to figure out how to improve and figure out the actual demographic. That's something I need to learn. So now that we're wrapping up this video of just straight content, straight info, no BS, no beating around the bush, I'm going to talk about two last points, which are three things. Sorry, not two. One thing, always engage with everybody. Always engage with everybody. Always engage with everybody. I can't stress it enough. It is so important to actually talk to the people who are watching your stuff. Like, it makes them feel seen. Makes me feel like I've seen them as well. Like, it's a good on both ends. So there's that. They also give you great ideas. I can't lie. They give you great ideas about stuff. At least from my experiences. So we spoke about that, and last two things, which is what I wish I knew earlier. So one thing I wish I knew earlier is not to dive into something without doing the research. So when I first started the podcast, I thought the podcast would do very well. It would be easy, whatever, if I just stay consistent. It's not like I just gave up on the podcast. I think we got to like 37 episodes. Keep in mind, the top 1% make it past 21. So we made it way further past than a lot of other podcasts. It's not like we failed for a lack of trying. I just couldn't continue it. I didn't have a co-host. I could have done it myself, but I don't really enjoy that style. But one thing I've learned is always do your research prior to talking or doing the video or recording content or doing anything of that nature, because the research always is going to help you out no matter what you do. 1% of prep work helps you with 10% on whatever the end product is going to be. So 1% on prep work equals 100 views. Think about it like that. Extra prep work, extra stuff being done, all the stuff being done correctly helps you get views. That's the way I view it. Which is why I'm also doing the scripting, the thumbnail, the title all beforehand. That was a major turning point for me. What I will try to do in the next videos. So I need videos over the next couple weeks. I unfortunately need videos that are going to require less editing because I don't have the time or the money to pay an editor. The editing is taking me way too long to do. I think I'm going to start doing more like challenge-based stuff because those videos are a little bit of an easier concept for me to do in a one shot, one camera, two angles even. It's a lot easier to do and it's easier to get your head around it. You know what the concept is, you know what the script's going to be, you know this, you know that. It's very simple. But I need videos that are going to be a little bit less on the editing side because I just don't have I don't have the talent for the editing. Like I've tried. I can grow with it, obviously, but the amount of time it takes to edit for a novice, basically myself, I don't know if it's worth it. It sucks. It really sucks because I want to provide the highest quality and the craziest videos ever. Like, I'll give you an example. I got videos on my Google Doc that I want to do of like going swimming with sharks and testing out if a drop of blood is going to cause a shark to come at me, or going swimming with sharks in a cage, out of a cage, bungee jumping, testing other people's craziest fears. So like if somebody's scared of heights, I will go and jump out of a plane with a parachute and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like I told you guys my content is basically entertainment, and this video is mostly for myself for the future to see what I've actually done and what I'm talking about is going to actually be implemented. And if I even know what the hell I'm talking about, because I could be wrong on all of it. But that is pretty much what I've learned. That is pretty much the stuff I've implemented. That is pretty much the new concepts I am attempting to do. And that's how much I've made. And that's what I'm going to be trying to do in the next couple videos. I just want these videos to be well done. And that's all I can really hope for. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. I know this is a very different style video than what you guys are used to, but I feel like it's a good video as well. To make for anybody who was in my position, past tense, because I'm a little bit further ahead now, thank God. Always. For anybody who's in a position I used to be in prior to monetization. And that's really it. I want to say thank you guys for tuning in and have a good one. Go check out my other stuff.